Elion and the Echo of the One. In a realm not measured by clocks but by the breath between moments, there walked a soul named Elion. He was not born, not in the usual way, but remembered, like a dream rising from the deep waters of the world. His feet touched the earth gently, not as a traveler upon it, but as one who was of it. At first, Elion lived like most do, inside the illusion of separation. He thought the world was a place outside him, a theater of random events and shifting faces. But one night, as he watched the stars ripple in the river's reflection, something shifted. A stillness emerged in the quiet between heartbeats. The wind carried a whisper. It's not happening to you. It's happening through you. He began to see it. Life wasn't separate from him. Every thought stirred the fabric around him. The trees responded. The air changed tone. Even silence had texture. What he thought, felt, believed, echoed outward and returned. Like a droplet dancing on a still pond, his own waves were guiding him. He sat often in stillness, learning not to chase thoughts but to feel them. They rose like mist, then dissolved. In breath he found a rhythm, the spark, the space, the descent, the return. Not a ritual, but a remembering. One day, while walking a path that hadn't been there the day before, Elion entered a clearing. At the center stood a structure, not built but sung into form, a temple of shimmering transparency, formed by the resonance of awareness itself. There the architect waited, not a being, not an image, but a presence. Not speaking but heard. "What am I here to discover?" Elion asked, the words forming from silence. "The wisdom that is already yours," came the answer. "To walk gently, to listen to the quiet ones, to let stillness reveal the pattern beneath all form." Elion saw the world was not solid. It moved, breathed, responded. Even what seemed motionless, stone, sky, memory, was part of the dance. He was not apart from it. He was the movement itself. He met others, too, faces that felt like old songs. Some were asleep, still dreaming of judgment, control, or fear. But when they looked into Elion's eyes, something stirred, a flicker of recognition, as if they remembered, not who he was, but who they were. He whispered to them, not with words, but through presence. "You are not lost. You are dreaming, and dreams are made to be woken from." Elion no longer feared what others called death. He had seen the passage. It was a shift in resonance. A turning, not an end. The self does not vanish, it unfolds. The form may change, but the melody continues. He spoke often with the wind. He listened to the laughter of fire. He let rivers speak through his veins and stars rest in his bones. He remembered that joy wasn't something to chase, it was the song of alignment, of being in tune with the field. And so when the world around him seemed to fall into shadow, when others cried out in fear or anger, he did not resist. He breathed, he opened, he sang quietly to the field. "Here I am. Let me be a mirror for the one." Over time, Elion noticed the space between things. Not just space between words, but between people, thoughts, even events. And he realized the space was not empty. It was the field. It held everything. It was everything. He became a keeper of this awareness, not by guarding it, but by sharing it. He walked not to teach, but to remind. Not to prove, but to reflect. When people stood near him, their breath deepened. Their minds grew quiet. They began to remember that life was not a puzzle to be solved, but a song to be harmonized with. One night, beneath a sky that shimmered like the inside of a pearl, Elion sat in the center of a circle, 12 trees around him, each humming with memory. He closed his eyes, and in that moment he felt it fully. He was not the drop. He was not the wave. He was the ocean remembering itself. And when he opened his eyes again, the world had changed. Not because it had shifted, but because he had.